very good afternoon to you all and a festive December welcome to Gate Street Barn. A date that we have all looked forward to for so long, but especially Joe and Saxon.
This is everything I have to tell you about love. Nothing. This is everything I've learnt about marriage. Nothing. Only that the world out there is complicated, and there are beasts in the night, and delight and pain, and the only thing that makes it okay sometimes is to reach out a hand in the darkness and find another hand to squeeze, and not to be alone. It's not the kisses, or never just the kisses. It's what they mean. Somebody's got your back. Somebody knows your worst self and somehow doesn't want to rescue you, or send the army to rescue them. It's not two broken halves becoming one. It's the light from a distant lighthouse, bringing you both safely home, because home is wherever you are both together. So this is everything I have to tell you about love and marriage. Nothing. Like a book without pages or a forest without trees, because there are things you cannot know before you experience them, because no study can prepare you for the joys or the trials, because nobody else's love, nobody else's marriage is like yours. And it's a road you can only learn by walking it, a dance you cannot be taught, a song that did not exist before you began together to sing. And because in the darkness you will reach out a hand, and not knowing for certain if someone else is even there, and your hands will meet, and then neither of you will ever need to be alone again. And that is all I know about love.
Ladies and gentlemen, please can I ask those of you that are able to please be upstanding now as we welcome our bridal party.
Joe. 10 years ago, I packed off to university full of nerves, completely unaware my life was about to change. Waiting for me was the love of my life, my soulmate, the person I would soon not be able to imagine life without. You are such a special person. You are kind, patient, and deeply caring towards everyone lucky enough to have you in their life. You are one of the most thoughtful people. In the gentle ways you look after me after long shifts, and in the small, everyday acts of love you never make a fuss about. I wish you could see yourself through my eyes, as only then would you truly understand just how wonderful I think you are. It is the honour of a lifetime to have been picked by you. Thank you for constantly making me laugh, albeit not always intentionally, for holding my hands through every bump on a plane, and for always responding to my chaos with patience. Thank you for listening through my late night worries without judgment. You are my safe place, the anchor that keeps me grounded, and my home will always be wherever you are. So today, I make these vows to you. I promise to grow with you through every phase life may bring us, and always show you the love you deserve. I will never stop being your biggest supporter and best friend. I vow to create a life together laced with compassion and kindness. Together in the quiet days, the fun days, and the adventures. I want to both grow old with lines on our face from so much laughter. To be so completely seen and understood by another person is a precious gift that I promise to never take for granted. I can't wait for many more decades by your side.
Over to you, Joe. No pressure.
I've never believed in love at first sight, or fate, or destiny, but falling completely in love with you has been unstoppable, irresistible, inevitable. That uni open day with Sarah and Mike put me on a path that bulldozed straight from fancying you to knowing you to loving you, to a deep and unshakable joy, and to being convinced beyond any doubt that I want to spend every moment of my life as your partner. Over 10 years, we have grown into the people that we are together. We've managed long distance, we've lived together, we've traveled all over the place together, and I truly believe that nobody could spend a decade with Sax and not utterly love her. It's simply impossible. You are hilarious, deeply kind and loyal, probably the sharpest person I know. You brighten and enrich the life of everyone around you. You are strong, ferociously organized, and looking at you now, the most beautiful person I have ever seen. You are my best friend and the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. And I feel so lucky and so grateful for everything that has led me to be standing opposite you right now. So I'm not sure what I think about love at first sight, or fate, or destiny, but I do know with absolute certainty that I love you and that you are my person. And to avoid seeming a bit of a helpless passenger in all of this, I'm going to promise to do some things. So I promise to help you find joy in every single day, even the rubbish ones where you're draining abscesses in people's bottoms. I promise to make you feel how you make me feel, which is loved, supported, trusted, and profoundly happy. I promise to contribute to holiday planning, if granted editing permissions in the spreadsheet. I promise to try and keep up with you as you sprint through airports and listen to your live commentary of the baggage storage every time. And I promise that our life together will be full of laughter and dogs. And I promise to help manage the pure, brilliant chaos of your brain and the million WhatsApp messages you send me that usually end with something like, sorry, appreciate I've just sent you 42 different pictures of carpet samples, love you. And that last part is everything, because like you, I promise to tell you that I love you every day for the rest of forever, and to really, truly mean it. Because if you add it all up, there's no way I could possibly do anything else.
So Joe and Saxon, please can I ask you to make your way to the table. So at this time, I would like to invite you to together ignite the larger candle to flame. This is a glowing reminder, alive. It is time now for the exchange of rings. Let's give Winter a very gentle round of applause. This way. So Joe, please place this ring on Saxon's finger and repeat after me. Saxon, I give you this ring.
Saxon, I give you this ring.
As a constant reminder.
As a constant reminder.
Of the bond we share.
Of the bond we share.
Wear it as a token of love.
Wear it as a token of love.
And the promise of a lifetime by your side.
And the promise of a lifetime by your side.
So Saxon, please place this ring on Joe's finger and repeat after me. Joe, I give you this ring.
Joe, I give you this ring.
As a constant reminder.
As a constant reminder.
Of the bond we share.
Of the bond we share.
Wear it as a token of love.
Wear it as a token of love.
And the promise of a lifetime by your side.
And the promise of a lifetime by your side.
Well, Joe and Saxon, you have both accepted the vows of the other, and so the magic of this moment may now be sealed with your very first kiss. Get ready to party the night away as I proudly present to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Murphy!
As is tradition, we will start with the father of the bride's speech, where I get to tell you how wonderful my daughter is. I thought I would start by coming up with a word that encapsulates Saxon. Not the usual stuff. She's beautiful, she's clever, she's empathetic, and the word I came up with is determined. When Saxon sets her mind to something, you know that it is going to get done. When Sarah told me a couple of months after Saxon had gone up to Oxford that Saxon had her eye on someone, I thought, oh yeah, well I know where that's going to end. And sure enough, here you all are today. We've known Joe for quite a long time now, 10 years as you heard earlier, and he is a fantastic guy. Sarah and I could not be happier that Joe and Saxon found each other, because we know that Joe loves Saxon as much as we love Saxon, and that really is all a parent can ever wish for. And so now I have the very great pleasure of proposing the first toast of the day. Please join me in congratulating Saxon and Joe, the bride and groom.
Joe, being so supported and loved by you this past decade has brought so much happiness into my life and helped me grow into who I am today. It's hard to imagine a version of either of us without the other one woven in. You are the best teammate. You show up, you do your share, and you carry the mental load of every day right alongside me. Ours has always been a relationship of equals, so thank you for being my partner in life and the steady hand I will always want to hold. A lovely thing about meeting someone so young is that I have known Joe's family a decade. Sarah and Jim met me when I was 19 and have watched me grow up through university and beyond alongside Joe. We are here today to make it official, but I've felt part of your family for so much longer. Thank you for welcoming me with nothing but love and support. I will forever be indebted to you for raising such a generous, considerate, and most importantly, tidy young man. I am truly honoured to call myself a Murphy, and I will embrace your entire family as my own for the rest of my life. I was also incredibly lucky to grow up in a home that was supportive, full of love, and always full, sometimes too full, of dogs. Dad, thank you for supporting me through every stage of life, for teaching me, challenging me, and preparing me for the world in your very thorough way. Thank you for endlessly trying to educate me, even if learning all the capital cities aged 8 felt a bit excessive at the time. And finally, my mum. I am reminded all the time, particularly by my brother, that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Whilst this is usually thrown at me in moments of being ridiculous, I think it's actually the greatest compliment I can receive. Joe has quickly learned that the Pattendon women communicate with a certain honesty and directness, but that is only because we're so close. So Mum, thank you for being my constant sounding board and the person I can and still always will call whatever the crisis. Mum was so desperate to be involved in the planning of this wedding, but to her dismay has an incredibly type A daughter who likes to do everything herself. She was, however, given the prestigious role of Master of Crackers, and the wonderful crackers you see before her were organised by Sarah. So please, before we eat, if we could all link our crackers together and pull them together in honour of Sarah, and please enjoy your food.
I want to thank Saxon's family, particularly Sarah and Cliff, and Stephen and Teresa. Thank you for welcoming me into your lives, for showing me such warmth, such kindness, for supporting us in untold ways, and for making today happen. Thank you. And most importantly, you guys and Ben and Tusker, Inca, Zula, practice this. Zulu, Duma, Cairo, Ember, Bear, Nala, Winter, and Kudu all helped make Saxon as brilliant as she is. So thank you most of all. I want to thank my brothers, simply my best mates. You make me laugh, sometimes deliberately. Whatever happens, I know that those two are always in my corner, our corner. And my parents, also for making today happen. But even more, for loving Saxon from day one, for showing me what it means to love someone, to build a home, to build a family, and for being my genuine heroes. I literally can never thank you enough. Saxon is amazing. Not to repeat myself, but she really is the best thing that's ever happened to me. She really is my best friend. Every day, she really does make me laugh and make me feel loved and floods my WhatsApp with a torrent of totally unfiltered thoughts. And she really is the most beautiful person I've ever seen. And I use the words unshakable joy in my vows because I wanted to try and express the profound happiness that being with Sax brings me. And it's unshakable because that joy, that happiness, feels like it is now part of my very core. That no matter what happens in life or how bad a day I have, there will always be a part of my being that is deeply and immovably joyful. That I have this incredible person to share everything with. So, please raise a glass one more time to Saxon. I love you.
Joe is my best friend. He's been there for me throughout the last 18 years through every version of ourselves. I've never had to wonder what it was like to have a brother because in you and Tom, I have that. Joe is the kind of friend that would drop anything to help you if you needed it. He treats everyone around him with kindness, decency, and genuine interest. He's the kind of friend to make you a CD with your collective favourite songs, remember things you said to him years ago, and check in with you when he senses something is wrong. I think he knew I wasn't like the other boys on the rugby team from the moment we became friends. And to be honest, probably before I did. But yeah, had it not been for him, I think my experience growing up probably would have been a harder, more confusing and ultimately more lonely time than it was. I have so much to thank him for, and so I'm so glad to have the opportunity to do that here today. I'm so proud of the man he is today. I'm so grateful for the person he has been at every stage of our lives. You couldn't ask for a better friend to grow up with, and I feel so lucky that we have years ahead of us. Being with Saxon and Joe is being with two people who figured it all out, and they've done it on the first try. They support each other, push each other, and most importantly, they have the best time doing it. I still can't quite believe the odds, and of course you would have found your way to each other eventually, but your first opportunity to meet anyone at the university and you met the love of your life. They've met the challenges of growing up together head on, from Joe studying and working abroad to Saxon's progression in her medical career. Saxon and Joe both support each other and cheer each other on, and I now see clearly that their comfort came from this faith and understanding that they were on this path together, and wherever they were headed would be great because they would do it together. They complement each other completely, and seeing them grow up from nervous 18-year-olds to the married couple that we see here today has been one of the greatest joys of my life. And I'm sure the same could be said for everyone here today. So, I want to raise a glass again to Saxon and Joe and wish them a lifetime of happiness. To Saxon and Joe, everyone.